This is WSFA 12 News at 6.
Are they really peeping Toms or simply workers trying to do their job?
Residents in Elmore County say they've seen people taking pictures of their property, and it has them concerned.
Some of them called us to investigate, so we went straight to law enforcement. Elmore County investigators are looking into multiple complaints about this, but they caution these cases may not be as sinister as they seem. WSFA 12 News reporter Brian Henry has more on their explanation. More than 4,000 criminal charges and 1,700 arrests in our area can be attributed to tips made to Crime Stoppers. The organization started 20 years ago with the help of WSFA 12 News. Tonight, reporter Hannah Lane takes a look back at the people who make the organization a success.
You can call Crime Stoppers at 215-STOP.
It's a familiar phone number and a familiar face, too. Nice to see our old friend Beth Jett in Montgomery today. That luncheon also honored police officers and sheriff's deputies who have gone above and beyond the call of duty to make arrests and solve crimes. 14 of them were honored, along with U.S. Marshals from the Middle District. You can read their stories right now at WSFA.com. Well, as you've probably heard by now, Walmart is closing more than 150 of its stores nationwide, and the southern part of our state is getting hit particularly hard by these closures. Tomorrow, the Walmart Express stores in Ashford, Abbeville, Headland, and Slocum will all close their doors. And in many of these small towns, there are already few shopping options.
And it's a big deal.
Now, we can report a new Walmart store is under construction in Dothan. That one's being built on Highway 84.
Live, local, now. This is WSFA 12 News at 6.
Happening right now, the road to the championship leads the Alabama Crimson Tide to Phoenix, Arizona. A live picture of the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, where the Crimson Tide's Delta 747 touched down just moments ago. Live coverage ahead of Monday's national championship game tonight, right here on WSFA 12 News at 6. The Clemson Tigers arrived just a short time ago. That means both teams are in Arizona ahead of Monday's big game. Let's go straight to WSFA 12 Sports Director Stephen Gunter, who was there for the arrival ceremonies. He's joining us from the tarmac at the airport now. And Stephen, I guess, well, now the real fun begins, huh? Live pictures tonight from the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, and our own WSFA 12 Sports Director Stephen Gunter on the ground, along with the rest of the WSFA 12 News crew. Of course, we'll continue to bring you live coverage from Arizona tonight and throughout the weekend. We should also point out that the Clemson Tigers did arrive about 45 minutes ago, and we do have some video of that. This is video we showed you during WSFA 12 News at 5 o'clock this evening. The Tigers, of course, hoping to finish off a perfect season Monday. Both teams will have a full schedule of activities over the weekend, and that does include a chance to practice inside the University of Phoenix Stadium. If you know someone who's headed to Glendale for the game, we found a pretty cool hangout in case they're looking for a place to grab a bite. To continue our special coverage tonight, here's WSFA 12 News reporter Brian Henry, who found a place that, well, I think anybody who likes college football would like to visit. Right, Brian?
In Arizona.
Brian, we can hear the Alabama fight song, of course, in the background. Do we know where the team heads from the airport? Will they go straight to the hotel, presumably?
Well, we know there is a welcome.
$12 counts guilty. Jennifer, a lot of people were expecting perhaps 1, 2, 3, 4. 12 guilty counts is a rather damning conviction from this jury in Lee County. This means that Mike Hubbard will be ousted from office. What else do we know will happen?
Well, we know that he will be sentenced on July 8th.
All right, Jennifer Horton, stand by there at the Lee County Justice Center for us. We want to move on to political reporter Michael Downa, who is joining us live on set this evening. Michael, we know now that the House Speaker will no longer occupy that position. What happens next in the Alabama House of Representatives?
Well, the first thing is he's going to end up being replaced by his Speaker Pro Tem.
House Minority Leader Representative Craig Ford of Gadsden is on the phone with us this evening. Right now, let's go to the telephone though, and Representative Jack Williams, a Republican from Birmingham. Representative Williams, thanks for joining us this evening. Jennifer, I know that you're standing just outside the courtroom where the verdicts were read, and I know that just recently they had set up a podium there near you. Has any activity happened? Were we expecting anyone to speak out tonight about this verdict?
The only thing that we know that is after the verdict, prosecutor Matt Hart, standing beside him, acting attorney general in this case, Van Davis, Michael Duffy, and John Gibbs, the front four men, have been key in this investigation. You mentioned the bond amounts that have been set for Mr. Hubbard. We've added them up. They amount to about $160,000 he'll have to pay for bond. He was taken into custody this evening by Lee County Sheriff's deputies. Did not have handcuffs or anything like that. It's likely he'll have to surrender his passport as a condition of his bond. And as Jennifer pointed out earlier, he will have to return for a sentencing hearing in July. So Jennifer, we've heard from the prosecution. Do we expect the defense attorneys to come out and make any sort of statement? It's really difficult to know, Mark.
Welcome back to our special breaking news coverage, the guilty verdict of Alabama House Speaker Mike Hubbard. These are live pictures coming to us from the Lee County Justice Center, where a jury came out with that guilty verdict just about an hour ago. That is Mrs. Hubbard you see there, along with her friends, leaving the courthouse. So far, we have not heard a statement from the defense attorneys. We understand that the House Speaker himself was taken into custody by Lee County Sheriff's deputies and is arranging his bond as we speak. We also should point out that he will be removed from his position as a result of these 12 guilty verdicts, and the man who will replace him as acting Speaker, Victor Gaston, released this statement tonight. Quote, "The Alabama House is not defined by the actions of any one member. It is defined by the motto that appears on our wall of our chamber, Vox Populi, which means voice of the people. This incident, no matter how regrettable, offers strong proof that the ethics reforms passed by the legislature in 2010 remain among the toughest in the nation. I know that every House member, regardless of party, will keep Mike Hubbard and his family in our prayers as he begins this next most difficult chapter in his life." Our coverage continues in just a moment. WSFA 12 News at 10 begins after this break.
Look straight through this Sally Port. There's a black Camaro. There he is. He's walking right out the door, getting into the black Camaro. We believe that's the bail bondsman's car. House Speaker Mike Hubbard, without his jacket on, a button-up shirt, casually walking out of the back. That's him. Confirmation that this is all really happening, Mark. This is a lot to take in tonight.
Yeah, of course, no judgment here from us, but it was a very interesting deception, if you will. Normally, a defendant would leave with his attorneys or with his family, not with the bail bondsman. So that's an interesting development tonight. But again, no judgment on the House Speaker. Of course, we're not in his position, and we know that avoiding the media was perhaps something that was very important to him. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll continue with this special coverage. Stay with WSFA 12 News. Mike Hubbard accused of soliciting payments, getting jobs as a result of his elected position. Again, we appreciate your joining us tonight, and we encourage you to go online for more information. That's WSFA.com and the WSFA 12 News app. We will have much more reaction to this verdict coming up tomorrow on WSFA 12 News. We now return you to regular programming.